Yo, what's going on? What it is? What's good? What's good with it? It's your boy Raekwon. No excuses. You already know how I'm coming. How y'all doing out there, man? You already know I gotta greet you. What's going on with you? It's been a minute. How you doing? Hope everything's well with everybody, man. Everything is blessed and highly favored on this side. You know what I'm saying? That's for me and my family. You know what I mean? So, just wanted to check in with y'all, man. Quick shout out real quick to the brother Malcolm White. The brother gave me some positive feedback on a video I did. So just wanted to shout you out. You know what I mean, shout outs to you, Malcolm White. You know what I mean, so I wanted to talk to y'all about something, man. You know what I mean? And this is along the lines of being wise, having an awareness about yourself, um, you know, being aware of your surroundings, you know, not only having the knowledge but applying it. So, wisdom is flowing in your life. But the question was asked, um, what is the importance of street smart? And you know, I I thought about it, and you know, I want to say this, not taking away anything from being street smart, and with that alone, not taking anything away from that, because it is uh, important, to have some sense of street smart. It is important to, you know how to move in rugged situations, or, um, you know, very dangerous possibilities. You got to know how to move. You got to know what to do and what not to do. You have to have a certain type of character and, mindset and heart about you, to, survive the streets, to understand the street, to, not be affected by the street. You got to have a certain type of attitude. So, not taking away nothing from it, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I want to say this, it's not just about being street smart, it's about being wise and being aware. That's what it's about. It's about being wise and being aware, because if you are wise and aware, then no matter where you are, whether it's in the street, whether it's in corporate America, whether it's in the hood, whether it's in the city, whether it's in the country, whether it's in prison, whether it's in church, whether it's in a grocery store, no matter where you at, if you are wise, excuse me, and you are aware and you apply those things in your life daily, then no matter where you go and no matter where you are, you will be okay. Your energy will protect you. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes bad things don't just happen, but I am saying that your reality on the outside is a reflection of your reality on the inside. So if you're not drawing certain things to your life, then the more likely, or no, the less likely you will come in contact with those things. If you're not drawing those things to your life, then you have a lesser chance of coming in contact with something that you are not drawing into your life. So, and vice versa. If you are, you know, in a vibration that may be entertaining certain frequencies, and you're giving those frequencies energy, if you are doing that, then things of those natures, things of that will draw and come to your life. So, it's about being wise and being aware. When you're wise and when you're aware, you can be in the streets or live in the streets and feel like you're in paradise, feel like you're at peace, and really be at peace because of the way you are and the way you move and how wise you are and how aware you are. For instance, we are people, we are human beings, we are going to cross each other's paths, but there is always a higher perspective, a wiser way to act and react. Life is about decisions. Life is choice driven. So when you're wise and when you're aware, even in the face of some type of adversity, even in the face of some type of tension, some type of friction, some type of opposition, you know, even in the face of all of those things, you are going to remember to be wise and aware of the situation, and you are always going to act in a higher way because you will not allow the situation to become higher than you. That's being wise. You will never allow any situation become so big to the point where it overtakes you and controls you. That's being wise, and that's being aware. That's being aware of who you are, and that's being wise enough to use that and apply that to your life and not let something bring you down, not let something take power over you, you know? So that's what it's about, being wise and being aware. You know what I mean? And I could go on and on about it, you know, you know, especially being aware because the the most best way people hide things are in plain sight. And in order to see what's in plain sight, you must open your eyes. And that's not only physically, but that's spiritually as well. You have to lift the veil. We're talking about being wise and being aware. You know, there's no excuse. There is no excuse why you shouldn't be wise and why you shouldn't be aware. There's no excuse for you to lack in that area. So if you do lack in that area, I encourage you to create a zeal for being wise and being aware. I encourage you to just create a hunger and a thirst and a desire for being well grounded, for being sound, for being one, for being settled in peace. You know what I mean? Wise and aware. Need I say more? Need I say more? You know what I mean? You must be wise and aware, especially in this day and age. Especially in this day and age. You know what I mean? So many crazy things happening in the world now. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of crazy things been happening, but it's like more flamboyant now. So you have to be wise and you have to be aware. It's all type of things going on. All type of things going on. You know. So be wise and be aware. You know. And it doesn't even have to come from a place of fear. It could come from a place of information. You know, things that you don't even know that you don't even know. There are a lot of things to be known. There are a lot of things to be found out for your elevation, for your embetterment. So when you look at things from a place of fear, it limits the expansion of the point that needs to be received. When you're looking at it fear based, you have to look at everything as an opportunity, everything as an opportunity to learn. When you have an opportunity to learn, you have an opportunity to grow. When you're looking at things fear based, you put limitations on things and you make yourself stagnant. So you don't have to look at being wise and being aware of something that you gotta watch out for necessarily. You don't have to feel like you gotta watch out. You know what I'm saying? No, just be wise and be aware, but also be wise and be aware of the things that are there for you to find out, so that you can elevate, so that you can grow, so that you can, flourish, so that you can prosper, so that you can win. Be wise and be aware of that too. For real. Be wise and be aware of the avenues that there are for you to take that you don't even know about yet. But if you knew about it, your life could change in a span of weeks. Be wise and be aware of the things that you don't know when it comes to financial freedom, when it comes to rebuilding your credit, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to investing. You know, be wise and be aware of all of these things. Be wise and be aware, period, man. There's no excuse. You know what I mean? It ain't just about being street smart, baby. While being street smart is good, it ain't enough. I'm telling you, it's not enough. You got to be wise and you got to be aware. You know what I mean? You got to be wise and you got to be aware. So that's just my heart on it, man. You know what I mean? Be wise and be aware, man. There's always more to know. And not saying that we're gonna know everything. We're not on this journey to find out. We're not on this journey to be the all knowing. We know that the all knowing is inside of us, therefore we are a part of the all knowing. Therefore we are the all knowing, but we're not the source. We understand that. We understand that we come from the source. We come from the Almighty. We come from, that force that people try to give a name to, or that people try to compartmentalize into their own little human box. You know what I mean? And that's just the truth. I was thinking earlier today, I was like, you know what? I never got the chance to even choose my own spiritual journey. A spiritual journey was imposed upon me as a child. I never got the chance to, you know, say what I would believe in, or check the situation to make a more logical decision in what I choose to subscribe to as faith is concerned, or as any, different belief is concerned. I never, had a chance. Nobody never told me, like it wasn't until I began to get a little older to understand, you know, some things. And, you know, my uncle tried to tell me, he tried to sit me down. And at first I listened, but then I wasn't really interested in it. So I downplayed it. And, but now I see. But now I see. Being wise and being aware is very much needed. I'm telling you, and it's important. And one thing I learned is when people try to encourage you to do as such, it is very ignorant for one to turn around and downplay a suggestion that will change your life if you just adhere to it, you know. But, my prayer is that more people come to the light and realize that that light is within. You know what I mean? That light is within. That wisdom is within. That awareness is within. It's always been there. It's always been there. So be wise and be aware, y'all. You know what I mean? Stay tuned. Got some things coming at you real soon. I love y'all. Peace.